My dearest child, I see the tears that fall from your eyes. Each one is precious to me, for I know the pain and sorrow that causes them to flow. But now, I ask you to wipe those tears away, for I am here to comfort you and provide for you in ways beyond your imagination. Do you not know that I am the God who created the heavens and the earth? I am the one who formed you in your mother's womb, who knows the number of hairs on your head, and who has engraved your name on the palms of my hands. How could I ever forget you or forsake you? My beloved child, if you seek the blessings of your Heavenly Father, simply write, "Yes, I need" in the comments, and His grace will be upon you. I want you to understand the depth of my love for you. It is a love that surpasses all human understanding, a love that is wider than the oceans, higher than the mountains, and deeper than the valleys. This love compels me to care for you, to watch over you, and to supply all of your needs. When I say I will supply all of your needs, I mean exactly that. I am not limited by the constraints of this world. I am the God of abundance, the God of more than enough. My resources are infinite, and my desire to bless you is unending. I know what you need before you even ask, and it is my joy to provide for you. Think of the lilies of the field and the birds of the air. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I clothe them in splendor and feed them daily. How much more will I care for you, my precious child? You are worth far more than many sparrows, and I have numbered even the hairs on your head. In times of lack, remember that I am Jehovah Jireh, the Lord who provides. Just as I provided manna for the Israelites in the desert and water from a rock, I will provide for you in ways you cannot fathom. My provision may not always come in the way you expect, but it will always be perfect and timely. Do not limit my provision to merely material things. I will supply all of your needs, emotional, spiritual, physical, and material. When you need strength, I will be your strength. When you need wisdom, I will give it to you generously. When you need comfort, I will wrap you in my arms of love. Remember the words I spoke through my servant Paul, and my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of His glory in Christ Jesus. This is not just a beautiful saying, it is my promise to you. I am not bound by the economy of this world. My riches and glory are limitless, and I delight in blessing you from this abundance. So, my child, lift up your head. Let me wipe away your tears with my gentle hand. Release your worries and your fears to me. Trust that I see your needs. I understand your heart's desires, and I am working even now to supply all that you require. My beloved, I know that when troubles come, it can be tempting to turn away from me. The pain, the confusion, the doubt, they can all cloud your vision and make you feel as though I have abandoned you. But I want you to hear me clearly. I am here. I have always been here, and I will always be here. In the midst of your troubles, don't walk away from me. Instead, run towards me with all your heart, soul, and strength. I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. When the storms of life rage around you, I am your shelter. When the ground beneath your feet seems to crumble, I am your rock and your foundation. I understand that sometimes, in your pain, you may feel angry with me or disappointed. You may question why I've allowed certain things to happen. But remember, my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. What seems like chaos to you is part of a greater plan that I am weaving together for your good and my glory. Put everything in my hands, your fears, your doubts, your pain, your dreams, your hopes, everything. My hands are big enough to hold it all. They are the same hands that formed the universe, yet they are gentle enough to hold you close to my heart. When you place everything in my hands, you're surrendering control to the one who controls all things. I want you to understand that putting everything in my hands doesn't mean your troubles will instantly disappear. But it does mean that you won't have to face them alone. It means that my strength will become your strength, my wisdom your wisdom, and my peace your peace. Remember how I calmed the storm when my disciples were afraid. I can calm the storms in your life too. But more than that, I can give you peace in the midst of the storm. When you put everything in my hands, you're allowing me to work in ways that you cannot see or understand right now. My child, I am El Roi, the God who sees. I see every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of anxiety. Nothing escapes my notice. When you put everything in my hands, you're acknowledging that I see the bigger picture. You're trusting that even when you can't trace my hand, you can trust my heart. In the Bible, I tell you to cast all your anxiety on me because I care for you. This is not a suggestion, but an invitation to experience the freedom that comes from releasing your burdens to me. When you try to carry your troubles alone, you become weary and heavy laden. But when you put everything in my hands, I can give you rest. Remember, I am not distant or uninterested in your struggles. I am Emmanuel, God with you. I am right there in the midst of your troubles, ready to carry you through. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. So, my precious one, don't walk away when troubles come. Draw near to me, and I will draw near to you. Put everything in my hands, and watch how I work all things together for your good. Trust in my love, my power, and my perfect plan for your life. Beloved child, if you seek to have my grace continually in your life, I ask you to support this ministry. Click the thanks button to share in spreading my love and blessings. My dear child, I understand how easy it is to worry. In this world, you face many challenges and uncertainties that can weigh heavily on your heart. But I want to show you a better way, a way of faith that can transform your life and circumstances. When you turn your worries into faith, you're not just changing your perspective, you're tapping into the very power that created the universe. Faith is the currency of my kingdom. It's the key that unlocks the door to my miraculous intervention in your life. Let me explain what it means to turn your worries into faith. It's not about denying your problems or pretending they don't exist. It's about choosing to focus on who I am rather than on how big your problems seem. It's about believing in my promises more than you believe in your fears. When you worry, you're essentially meditating on your problems. You're giving them power and allowing them to grow larger in your mind. But when you turn those worries into faith, you're meditating on my word, my character, and my faithfulness. You're allowing my truth to grow larger than your problems. I want you to watch how things change when you make this shift. It may not happen overnight, but as you consistently choose faith over worry, you'll begin to see transformations in your life. Your circumstances may change, but more importantly, you will change. You'll become stronger, more peaceful, more joyful, even in the face of adversity. Remember how Peter was able to walk on water when he kept his eyes on me? But when he looked at the waves, he began to sink. This is a powerful picture of what happens when you turn your worries into faith. When you keep your eyes on me, you can do the impossible. But when you focus on your problems, you can feel like you're drowning. I'm not asking you to have perfect faith. Even faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains. Start where you are. Take those worries, one by one, and turn them into prayers of faith. Declare my promises over your situations. Remind yourself of who I am and what I've done in the past. As you do this, you'll begin to see changes. Your peace will increase, even if your circumstances haven't yet changed. Your joy will grow, even in difficult times. Your strength will be renewed as you wait on me. And yes, you will see me move in miraculous ways in response to your faith. Remember, faith doesn't mean you won't have troubles. It means you have confidence in me in the midst of your troubles. It means you believe that I am working all things together for your good, even when you can't see how. I want you to know that your faith delights me. It moves my heart and releases my power in your life. When you choose faith over worry, you're aligning yourself with my will and opening the door for me to work in extraordinary ways. So, my beloved, I encourage you to turn your worries into faith. Take every anxious thought captive and make it obedient to Christ. Replace those worries with declarations of my faithfulness, my love, and my power. As you do this consistently, watch how things begin to change in your heart, in your mind, and in your circumstances. My precious child, I want these words to be deeply rooted in your heart. I can do anything but fail. This is not just a comforting phrase, it is the absolute truth about who I am. I am the God of the impossible, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. There is nothing too hard for me, nothing beyond my reach. nothing that can thwart my plans. Beloved child, if you seek to hear my Father's wisdom and invite transformation into your life, turn to this channel. By subscribing, you open your heart to His guiding light and embrace the changes He has in store for you. When you truly grasp this truth, it will revolutionize your life. It will change how you pray, how you face challenges, and how you view your future. I want you to understand that my ability to act in your life is not limited by your circumstances, by human logic, or by natural laws. I am supernatural, and I delight in doing what seems impossible to human understanding. Think about the great miracles recorded in my word. I parted the Red Sea, made the sun stand still, raised the dead to life, and so much more. These were not just stories to amaze you, they were demonstrations of my power and my character. I am the same God today, and my arm is not too short to save, nor my ear too dull to hear. When I say I can do anything but fail, I'm inviting you to expand your expectations. Too often, my children limit what they ask of me because they're trying to be realistic. But I am not bound by what seems realistic to human minds. I am the God who called light out of darkness, who breathed life into dust. There is nothing I cannot do. This truth should fill you with hope and courage. No matter what situation you're facing, whether it's a health crisis, a financial struggle, a broken relationship, or a seemingly impossible dream, remember that I can do anything but fail. Your part is to believe, to trust, and to step out in faith when I call you to. I want you to start seeing your problems through the lens of my power. Instead of asking, "Can God do this?" start declaring, "My God can do anything." This shift in perspective will fuel your faith and open your eyes to the miraculous ways I am working in your life. Remember, my power to act is often released through your faith. While I can do anything, I often choose to work through the faith of my children. Your faith is like a key that unlocks the door to my supernatural intervention. So don't be afraid to believe big, to pray bold prayers, and to expect great things from me. At the same time, remember that my ways are higher than your ways. Sometimes, what looks like failure from a human perspective is actually part of my perfect plan. Trust that even when things don't go as you expected, I have not failed. I am working all things together for your good and my glory. I want this truth, that I can do anything but fail, to be an anchor for your soul. When doubts creep in, when circumstances look bleak, when your faith is tested, come back to this truth. Remind yourself of who I am and what I'm capable of. Let it fill you with confidence and peace. My child, I am inviting you to live in the reality of my limitless power. To wake up each day with the expectation that you serve a God who can do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or imagine. To face every challenge with the confidence that comes from knowing your God can do anything but fail. My beloved child, these two simple words, "Trust me," are at the heart of our relationship. Trust is the foundation upon which all faith is built. It's what transforms mere belief into a living, active faith that can move mountains and change lives. When I ask you to trust me, I'm inviting you into a deeper, more intimate relationship with me. I'm asking you to rely not on your own understanding, but on my infinite wisdom and love. To trust me means to surrender your will to mine, knowing that my plans for you are good, even when they don't align with your expectations. Trusting me doesn't mean you'll never have doubts or questions. It means that in the midst of those doubts, you choose to believe in my goodness and faithfulness. It means that even when you can't see the way forward, you believe that I am guiding your steps. I want you to understand that trusting me is a daily choice, a moment-by-moment decision to rely on me rather than on your own strength or wisdom. It's in those moments of choice that your faith grows and your relationship with me deepens. Remember, I am trustworthy. Throughout history, I have proven my faithfulness to my children. I have kept every promise, fulfilled every prophecy, and demonstrated my love in countless ways, culminating in the gift of my Son, Jesus. If I did not spare my own Son, but gave him up for you, how will I not also, along with him, graciously give you all things? When you trust me, you're acknowledging that I see what you cannot see, that I know what you cannot know. You're recognizing that my wisdom is infinite and my love for you is perfect. This trust allows you to rest in my care, even in the midst of life's storms. My dear one, if your heart yearns for my divine presence, share this video with 3 of my children. In this act of love, my grace will flow abundantly among you. Trusting me doesn't mean you'll never face difficulties or challenges, but it does mean you won't face them alone. When you trust me, you're inviting my strength, my peace, and my provision into your situations. You're allowing me to work in ways that go beyond human understanding. I want you to know that your trust brings me joy. It delights my heart when my children rely on me, when they turn to me first in times of need and in times of blessing. Your trust is an act of worship, a declaration of who I am and what I mean to you. As you learn to trust me more fully, you'll find that your fears diminish, your peace increases, and your joy deepens. You'll discover a freedom that comes from knowing that the God of the universe holds you in the palm of his hand and cares about every detail of your life. So, my precious child, I say to you again, trust me. Trust me with your past, I can redeem it. Trust me with your present, I am with you. Trust me with your future, I have good plans for you. Trust me with your dreams, your fears, your hopes, and your pain. Trust me in the daylight and in the darkness, in the mountaintops and in the valleys. As you trust me, watch how your life is transformed. See how your perspective shifts, how your faith grows, and how my power is manifested in your life. Trust me, and experience the abundant life I have promised, a life filled with my presence, my peace, and my power. My dear one, I love you with an everlasting love. I am always with you, always for you, always working on your behalf. So wipe your tears, cast your cares upon me, turn your worries into faith. Remember that I can do anything but fail, and above all, trust me. For in trusting me, you will find the strength, peace, and joy that your heart longs for. Rest in my love, my child. I am here, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. Trust in me with all your heart, and watch how I move in your life in ways beyond your wildest dreams. My dear one, if your heart yearns for my divine presence, share this video with 3 of my children. In this act of love, my grace will flow abundantly among you. Amen.